What's going on, Scorpio? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, Scorpio, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be self-growth, Scorpio, and all the ways that we can embody the best version of yourself. Or, I'm not sure what these hand motions are, but we're keeping it moving. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling lovely. It's just good vibrations all around here, Scorpio. Now, with this spread, I'm going to be, we're switching it up today. I'm going to be just kind of pulling until higher self says stop, and then we're just going to kind of read the energies as they come along here, Scorpio. It's going to be a good old time. And also, I've got a good, it's going to be a great old time with this energy here. But I got a new deck just this past weekend. Lovely Sagittarius that I had just met gifted me an oracle deck. I had been thinking about this for a little while. One hadn't resonated with me yet, and then there she was. She brought it over here, so I really got a shout out to that to Sag there. But yeah, we're just doing things a little bit differently. I always talk about intuition and all this stuff here, so now we're just kind of showing you what intuition looks like on me. We're just kind of being free with it, Scorpio. All those? Okay, nope, not keeping those. And with all these decks that I'm talking about, the decks that I'm using are the Astro Matrix Tarot deck, and the other one is going to be the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck. So it's just going to be a good old time, and I will include links for those decks in the description box below in case you're interested. But let's see what kind of energy we're working with off the bat, which I mean is Major Arcana City here, Scorpio. So when it comes to self-growth, I feel like we're looking for happiness, but there's just something about our confidence is waning there, because you got Leo and Leo's ruler here, and then you throw a little Taurus in the mix with the Hierophant. So I feel like there's a connection that's being missed with our confidence and where our happiness is lying. I feel like we want to, I feel like it's like, I know we know how to be happy, but there's something that maybe we're still kind of clinging on to, that there's, that when you think about it, it gives you, it shrinks you down a little bit. It gives you this, it's like, it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. You get greeted by this magnificent beast, the lion, but then he'll cower with his tail between his legs. And keep in mind too, Scorpio, this isn't a gender specific reading here. We're working with the energies here. And I feel like, whatever that is, Scorpio, that's got you where we're not just basking in the sun. I feel like it's about maybe looking within and finding that inner confidence within yourself. Find out what, because at some point, that lion used to roar bright here. And see, now we got divine counterparts. You got the Hierophant and the High Priestess, the most intuitive people in the deck here. Man, Scorpio. On top of that, we got Judgment here. Okay, so there's Scorpio, something's getting ready to unlock in here. I feel like there is I feel like that there's any more. Let's pause for a second. I feel, because there's a lot pouring in, and I'm trying to talk and do this thing, and it's not working. Let's get this worked out here. Because right now, Scorpio, I feel like there's potential that's trying to be unlocked here. That the sunshine is trying to come out here, but there's I'm not sure if it's a disconnect with our higher selves, if we're feeling maybe kind of spiritually disconnected. Maybe we've been sort of kind of wandering kind of for a while there. Maybe we've been just kind of like been on autopilot, and just kind of maybe been seeking for more, but not been getting that fulfillment that we've been looking for. And so this has gotten into this place where it's just, where I don't feel like we're resting well, where I feel like we're almost in like a pessimistic type of place, where it's just like, forget about any sort of spirituality in whatever sense that looks like for you, Scorpio. It could be God, Buddha, Jesus, higher self, however we connect to the source. I feel that there is, it's It's almost like you've thought about investing in this in the past, and it's just it didn't yield the results that you've wanted maybe quickly enough. But there's something here that do you want to keep pulling? There's something here that's, I feel like it's an investment thing. You know, where are you channeling your energy right now? Because you have all the tools here for a spectacular transformation. And with this, with the Judgment card here, this is, they represent this energy by Pluto, and that's considered one of your rulers, Scorpio. You know, Mars and Pluto they kind of partner with ruling you there. But Pluto is a planet of transformation. Your energy is about transformation. Pluto just moved into Aquarius. So maybe this is and you know, that's so funny because when I think about Aquarius energy, it's about that connection. And even thinking about the star card, you know, sometimes that can be read as connecting with your higher self. So it's like maybe I just feel like our intuition is being cut shorter. There's just something where I feel like maybe we've been told that you can't do this thing. You know, Cancer had a kind of a similar reading. You know, there was something about a confidence thing that was going on here. But, you know, I feel like if we were to just kind of to just put in the work there and to start let things go. And maybe we feel too that maybe we feel kind of alone in this thing. You know, maybe this is something that you've been trying to seek answers for a while, but it just seems like everywhere you go, you just kind of get turned away more. And it's getting to because I'm really, Scorpio, I'm almost even getting like a bitterness here, you know, like a definite unhappiness. Just, yeah, we're looking for answers, you know, and it's just, I feel like that you're looking for something of, I really feel like it's almost like you're reaching out to the universe. You know, you're at this point, for some of you, you know, we're at this place of just like, what are the answers? How do I get this abundance? Where can I shine the sun at? You know, like what is it? What recipe am I missing here? Because this gives me, it gives me almost just like a, you want to ascend, you know. I don't feel like this is something that you're actively resisting, but maybe it's just been something that you've been disappointed time and time again, that now we maybe think that we're instead of keeping that perseverance, you know, tapping into that Taurus energy, we're I don't want to say settling, but kind of, you know what I mean? I feel like we're missing out on the big picture here. You know, there's something going on here, you know, and I feel like just right now, you know, maybe you feel like you're alone in this thing, Scorpio. And here's one thing, you know, when I even started this channel, you know, the whole purpose was this to show that when we're going on this journey, you know, we're all in this together, and in a much even deeper sense of just like you know, like on a base level, you know, it's more of like we all. Let's be a little more mindful. We all are trying to get to that fulfillment. We're trying to get to that sunshine, and we may have different routes of taking it, and there are different results that happen in this thing, Scorpio. You know, it varies from person to person, but it all comes down to a factor of there's some sort of like core thing that is waning down on our confidence. You know, there was a period of time where all we wanted was just to get happy, but then I feel like with a combination, you know, when it comes to self-growth, you know, we're in a weird kind of time right now where it's like it's getting better, but I feel like, you know, as far as supporting, you know, people's dreams and, you know, getting to that sunshine, getting to that happiness, you know, to where you're trusting in your intuition and trusting in higher self, and not in this place of like blame and lack of fulfillment and just kind of clinging on to stuff. Because I think Six of Swords, you know, this is you're getting ready to move on into something really bright here. You know, the sun is the centerpiece of this whole thing here, but we're holding on to something here. There's something that I feel like it's needing to tap into your energy here. I feel like the way that you have gone about maybe helping others it's time to do that within here, because sometimes we use others as a distraction from healing ourselves. And when everybody else is healed, then it can feel like we're alone because they've gone off and they're living their lives. They're getting their sunshine, they're getting their ace of swords, their ace of pentacles. Everything is making sense now. And granted, that could be thanks to you, Scorpio, which you're doing the good work, but you could be doing more if we focus on ourselves as well, really connecting within and doing a deep dive there and putting the energy, investing our energy into ourselves, so that when you go to invest in others, you can do more, you can have a bigger impact and probably pour in less energy at that too. There's a lot of ways that this could really kind of work in your favor here, because you're really bringing it, what this energy that you brought here so far. But right now, I feel like a lot of us may be in this place here where it's like everyone's just either kind of left us in the dust. We're somewhere in limbo here, where it's just like it's just you that's left, that's waiting to ascend. You've got everyone else prepped. So what's preventing you from taking that leap yourself, Scorpio? I feel like that's the real question here. And maybe it could be partway because we've spent so much time pouring into others that we haven't taken enough time. We need to build up our reserves here. I do feel like maybe we should stop for a second, pause, because you're pouring all of your, which I'm with, Scorpio, as far as raising that vibration. But when you've run out, who's there to raise your vibration? You know what I mean? And have we surrounded ourselves with people who have done that, or have people just come and siphoned energy from you? That's a whole other thing too to consider as well. Because you've put in the work here. Oh, hold on, Scorpio. And I feel like that there's going to be more to this. I feel like that there's more here. I want to, let's before we get jumping in here, I'm going to want to clarify this little pocket, because you got over here, and how the energies are kind of gravitating. It's like this Five of Pentacles is really got messed up with your Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Nine of Cups. All that's in reverse here, and I really feel like it's around this Five of Pentacles energy. So higher self, can I have a little bit more on that, please? Hold on there, Scorpio. I'm dropping cards. Let's get it together. Yeah, and that I want a little bit more on this Pentacles as well. And even this Nine of Wands, kind of. Yeah, because this is interesting, Scorpio. Because in here, the answer seems pretty clear. It's just like go towards the sunshine, but it's just like maybe maybe we're out of sunshine. It's yeah, this is interesting, Scorpio. Let's see. Empress. Absolutely. So self-care is the name of the game. Let's start there, because that's went right over here. Empress. We need to throw some Empress on this thing. I feel like all of your this little pentacle pocket here, this ace in the holes. Because you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles is like the universe gifting your abundance. And then the universe gifting that clarity as well. So it's like you got both tools that you need. You got some really important ones that you need here. But I feel like we've been just directing our energy where I feel like maybe your heart was in a good place. It just that there was somewhere else that it could be channeled, and that's you, Scorpio. You deserve that as much as the people that you've been helping, and maybe some of us don't believe that. I'm not quite sure what that is, and that's something that I feel like you need to explore, Scorpio, after we've rested up some, because it might be something too that it's been very difficult to face, and maybe that's why you've been pouring it into others. And if that's been the case, I feel like it's time to stop resisting that. I feel like that you've helped enough. I really feel like it's one of those things that there's enough external healing that's been done, because I feel like that's a water trait thing too. We're so quick, and even if you resonate as like an empath, and that, there's that tendency to just want to give and give and give and heal and help, because we sense what other people are going through. And then sometimes too, we might even take on their stuff, just as a water sign, taking on other people's energies and making it our own, not realizing that there's great potential here, Scorpio. More. Yeah, I think I'm going to get more on that Seven of Pentacles, because I'm just curious about where we've been investing our energy at here, because I feel like, Scorpio, if you invested it here, it's your problem solved, problem would be solved. It's we're not taking action. I feel like you got King of Pentacles in upright, and then you got Emperor in reverse, and I feel like we've more. It's really contradictory here, Scorpio, because King of Pentacles he's the type that wherever he goes, abundance is where it's at. Ace of Pentacles follows him like the plague, and he really is not something that he worries about. But I feel like that there's something that's hesitant, because now you got the Emperor and the Empress. I feel like you have all the tools to self-growth. Now it's about rising up, because that's so funny. I was just thinking about the Emperor and the Empress and their dynamic this morning, where the Empress focuses on self-growth. The Emperor focuses on societal growth. He leads by example. He takes all the lessons that he learned from the Empress, as far as like how to manage your mental health, how to manage your appearance, taking care of your body, how to keep the body moving, what exercises work out for you, how do we keep this vessel in top condition to do the good work there. So I feel like with the Emperor popping up in reverse, again, I keep saying it, enough society is good. Let some of us take some of that burden, and let's get you back right here, because that's what's happening here, Scorpio. Let's get more on that Knight of Wands. Thank you, higher self. A little bit more? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because this is very fascinating. And I really feel like you are going to really kind of fascinate yourself there, Scorpio, when you really start tapping into the stuff here. Because I always talk about the school that you've run on transformative energy. Really, transformative 101 is Scorpio's wheelhouse. You really have an extraordinary gift. You're seen as the most intense, but that's because change can be intense if you're not something that you're not used to working with, if you don't understand that the growth that is coming out of this. But Scorpio, this energy is inherently in you. That's the amazing part of it. It's just like, it's really second nature to you, and when you learn how to tap that into yourself, it's very similar. That's funny, when I think about the King of Pentacles, that's Virgo energy. You got King of Swords here. He wants to pop out. And when I think about Virgo energy, Virgo is the same type of energy. I feel like it's one of those, they're so good about focusing on everybody else's stuff, but when they focus on themselves, there's this aversion here. And I feel like that when you realize that, there's going to be profound wisdom that's going to come from this thing, because Scorpio, really, this is a very wise section right here. It's just we're missing that confidence, that belief that you can do this thing, that you can really bring it. Was that for the Knight of Wands? No, okay. Can I get more on the Knight of Wands? Okay. But higher self and I, we're bonding more. And this is where I feel like this is what you can tap into as well. I feel like the signals can become clear where it's been kind of maybe sort of murky for you in the past. If journey within, because that's where all the answers are at. It's within ourselves here. And have fun while you're doing it. Because when we're tackling this thing here, it can seem like, I get where you've been through a lot. This has been a long journey. This has been something that you've probably been working with for a while. I'm not sure what the degree is, but I can understand that where we get impatient or we get exhausted, or where we might get deterred here, but it's a trial, it's an experiment here. Even like how I'm doing with the spreads here, even when I go to talk about it, it's just like, what am I doing? I'm just like, we're feeling it out, we're doing tarot, we're just just working with the energies here. And that's where I feel like, I'll say it any more on that. I'll say it any more in general. And I'll say this again, Scorpio, last time, I feel like that, and then we're going to get some oracle cards. I just feel like that it's a matter of perspective here. I just think that look at the work you've done up until now. Look at if you've been helping others. Look at how they are, and I'm sure that they appreciate what you've done, Scorpio. The ones that are really part of your soul tribe, they understand what you've done here, and I'm sure they want you to grow from this thing too. But you got to take that first step, Scorpio. You have to be the one that initiates to decide that, okay, I'm ready to raise my vibration. It's be selfish in this, and I know how that may sound, but when you get done with this thing, then you can get back to doing good work, because again, the Empress is a type like she can't do nothing, get her abundance, anything if she's not feeling it. If her reserves are not right, if her sunshine is not in place, if she's not feeling the confidence there, today's not the day, because we need to be with that. Figure out what else needs to be nurtured, what else needs to be brought up to light, and then we can go out there and then go get it, and we can show people how it's done, how we do this thing, and how we do it right, how you rise from the ashes of this thing, because there is profound growth that can come from this, Scorpio. It's just remembering that and being really, really present. I feel like in the future, when someone else maybe comes looking for your help, see what kind of impact, observe how it changes people, and how they grow, and and how eager they are, because it's like people who come to you, Scorpio, it's like they sense your energy because they know that there's something that there's deep down that they're not dealing with, and that there's something that you could possibly pull out here. Scorpio really has the potential to be really extraordinary healers. And because most people don't like change. They even just the thought of it. We can sing about it in songs and whatnot, but how much is really changing? It's always a chore and a half to try to get this thing moving. So help them get this thing moving, Scorpio. That's where your superpower comes in here, because we can all do it on a base level, but man, Scorpio, you do it in a way I just get chills just even thinking about it. So let's get some oracle cards here, because this is, believe it or not, we may not be feeling at our most confident right now, Scorpio, but this is energy that you've brought me here. And this is, you and your intuition, I feel like it's at its peak right now. It's getting ripe, and it's for the, it's getting to this place that you can really, really do just to have a positive impact on this realm that I feel like, that we need as a soul tribe. Because imagine if you were the same person. This is one of my favorite analogies. Can you imagine being the same person you were when you were in high school? Because when I think about, for me, yikes, that guy where I'm sure he has his pluses, man, did he have his minuses. He lacked experience. And now that you have experience, that's what I'm talking about, higher self. Now that we have experience behind this thing, Scorpio, because this is something that, and I know that it's going to sound like I'm coming at you here, but you're in a safe space. And I would love to see where, as you grow through this thing, to watch that transformative energy mature anymore. Because really, that's the exciting part when I talk about working with these energies here and really thinking about what you can accomplish there. Think about what you wanted to accomplish as a kid, and then now that you're in the body of an adult, do those things. It's that balance of, because this is something that I've been reading this book, and I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, and it's about removing the restrictions that we've put on ourselves growing up, that society has put on ourselves growing up. It's that cleansing. Because right now everything is cluttered. Everything is in this place of, it's a hot mess. And it's about getting reorganized here and getting anymore? Yep. Okay. And changing that perspective, Scorpio, of what you can accomplish anymore. Okay. Because really, like I've been telling you, there is mad potential here. There is growth that is exceptional, but I can tell you that all day, and I will, as long as it takes. I will do this thing, and I will tell you how phenomenal your abilities are till the sun goes down. But it's going to be one of those things that, unless you believe in the sun that you're bringing here, that unless you allow that inner, that little you, that little Scorpio, allow that Scorpio to run free, to really, what is it that you wanted to do? Where are you at with that now? And start doing that. And it's not going to look, and the thing is, you may be like, let's say, for example, the one I've been using is like, let's say you wanted to pick up like the trumpet, and you're like, well, I couldn't possibly learn a trumpet at this age. Well, if you keep with that perception, you'll never learn the trumpet. But if we're just like, okay, this is going to be a little awkward at first, I'm going to blow some notes, and it may not be in tune, but then we hear that stuff, and then what do? We refine it, we change, and then we adapt, and the next thing you know, you'll be serenading people outside of their windows in no time, Scorpio, if that's your jam. But it's just a matter of, how do you see this gift? How do you want this to manifest? Because really, Scorpio, this is a phoenix rising right here. Something mad is getting ready to come from this thing. It's something epic, and this is something that, considering the age we're at too, we're in the time of it's Aquarius energy. At least we're in Aquarius season right now. Age of Aquarius. Pluto just entered Aquarius. Networking as well, maybe this is something that it's maybe finding someone who embodies that confidence, being in that energy, so that you can understand how that manifests on you. One more good example, and then I'll bring it home, as far as like, well, now that one doesn't really apply, but Scorpio, I feel, believe in yourself. I know some of us might be feeling here. I'm hoping that by the end of this, that you're going to be feeling like an empress, that you're going to treat yourself like an empress, so that you can go out there and be an emperor and rise up and do this thing and then do it again. And that's the beauty of this cycle. You're allowed to help other people out and then help yourself out. That's the balance. That's how the emperor and the empress work as a team. That's how change happens, and that's how balance. Because now we're balancing masculine and feminine energies on top of that. Scorpio, I just got chills all over the place. Let's shift back over, because man, this is what you're bringing me. This is something that I love. All the readings, you know what I mean? Like, let me start there. But Scorpio, it's you all hit every now and again. It's so profound. Like, it sparks something in me that is just like, I can't make it, doesn't make sense, but it's a lot. It's just like the energy that you can bring is just it's tremendous, because change is spectacular. So, be with that. And I know that that's a whole lot. Be with that, and when it becomes too much, set it aside for a second. Don't force this thing, but I feel like it would benefit just to even just start taking steps towards it, because there's something cooking here. Higher self has got great stuff. I feel like painting this out for you here. It's just believing that, and knowing that this is the abilities that you have. So, all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there. That was lovely. It's what you do. Give it a thumbs up, Scorpio. If you like that thing, yeah, let's do it. And you know what too, Scorpio, if you know someone this might resonate with, who's not quite feeling at their best, maybe they're pushing, what's happening is, when we're helping others and we're ignoring our own stuff, that's projecting, I actually was just making a joke about this not too long ago, and I may actually stop that. It's like, sometimes I'm like, well, blame it on like Mars retrograde, or I'm blaming it on if the bed wasn't comfortable, I'm blaming it on the sheets, or like if blah 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 didn't happen, because of whatever other inanimate object. All the things, but owning it myself. Well, how did I play into that picture there? I'm not sure where I even was going with that. share this thing. Hopefully you found the nugget in there. Subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I release videos each week. I'm getting better about being on Facebook. I just got a lot that I'm juggling right now. A lot of stuff is, just like you, Scorpio, a lot of stuff is cooking right now. And I get to where this could be overwhelming, but just prioritize it, get a game plan. But again, go with excitement there. It's exciting times. And then lastly, you got the High Priestess here. That's Cancer's ruler. And not that you need a ticket, but come check out my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. We for sure talk about the High Priestess, talk about lunar shenanigans, and all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But now let me get your surprise cards now that we're working with 2 decks. So that's exciting. So first off, we got the 7 of Cups in reverse. And then over here, we got the new moon. That's baller. Hold on. Let's talk about, oh, I love that. And I love this too, because I feel like with this, this is one of the things I feel like we've been in a place of where we've been focusing on everything else, but we've been neglecting. That's you, Scorpio. That's you right there, because this is what, Venus in Scorpio? Yup, this is the Empress in Scorpio. You've been ignoring your Empress. Now it's asking you to, I feel like, and this is not normally how the 7 of Cups is read, but as you can see, we're getting more intuitive now. Where I'm, again, taking a note from your book. Hierophant, High Priestess, bet I bought my intuition A game, because I'm not going to let, you're bringing it too. And you know what? I feel like it's time for us to maybe set a new goal, because the new moon is a period of time. I talk about this on the Chariot and Friends. The new moon is a period of time where you're planting that seed. Whatever these aces that may have been elusive, these are your seeds here. I love talking about these. These are what we're trying to plant here. If you're trying to get understanding and you're trying to get abundance and what that looks like for you, make a list. Plant those seeds. What do you need? What do you feel like you're missing? And then go down that rabbit hole. Explore that. See what we can find out of there. And I bet you that's going to branch off into something else. And there's a branch there, and it's just going to, before you know it, your whole world has been painted. And you have a whole grander picture of what you're working with, Scorpio. But again, it's because I love the Empress, and right now I feel like you've been in your Emperor energy too long. You've been going at it for it, and it's time to be here. It's time to tap into that Venus energy and just nurture yourself right now, Scorpio. And I really feel like you'll feel better from this thing. So I'm gonna leave that there. I know that was a mouthful, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like the new spread. Let me know. I'm just kind of playing around with some stuff right now, Scorpio. We're in this time of just like, we're freeing things up, it's no more restrictions. Let's just be ourselves and just be that holy. So stay safe out there, especially dealing with the stuff, when we're working on our self-growth. This can be a very delicate spot, especially when we start doing from healing, and especially when I was talking about, tapping into inner child stuff, because believe me, looking into that stuff sometimes it ain't pretty. But be mindful of that. Stay safe out there. And Scorpio, you know how I feel about it. Like, most of the time, I don't even feel like I have to tell you to raise that vibration, because you just do it. You just do it, and I am with it. So keep up that good work, Scorpio, and I will catch you on the next one later.